Of course. Thank you for joining us in the Navigant Credit Union Broadcast Center. We are talking about Fashion Week. All right.
Yes, we are.
Exciting. So we're ending the week on a fashionable note. So second season.
Yes.
Pretty exciting. So let's talk a little bit about the mission. Like, why are we doing this? What's it all about?
Well, you know, a lot of people know the Fashion Week right now. Fashion Week is going on every Fashion Week, New York, Fashion Week, London, Paris, and so on and so forth. So this happens twice a year. It's an opportunity for designers of all, you know, walks to showcase whatever they, you know, whatever they've come up with for the next season. Well, in Rhode Island, you know, that we didn't have that, you know, and so I decided we should put something in place, call it Fashion Week Rhode Island. Because Rhode Island is such a small state, you know, we can incorporate the entire state. But also, you know, there's a part of my company called Lights Fashion Philanthropy. And what I do is we use what we do, fashion, modeling, and entertainment, to give community. We'll be supporting Big Brothers and Big Sisters of the Ocean State, and also the Women's Resource Center. Yes.
Great. So the proceeds from this will help benefit those.
It'll be a portion of ticket sales, and then for each of the designers and vendors that are participating, they pay a registration fee, take a portion of that as well, and add that to that. So, you know, they get a little bit of something.
Oh, that's great. Yeah. And how did you decide on locations?
We actually, the venues, because part of what we also wanted to do was also use this as a way to showcase some of the great locations we have in the state. Believe it or not, our first night is going to be at Mercedes-Benz in the showroom. Hopefully we'll have a nice, beautiful car in there somewhere. So in the showroom, and what we've done is we talk to the venue when they agree to do this and say, hey, do you have a nonprofit of choice, a favorite nonprofit?
Great.
And so they both chose, Mercedes-Benz chose Big Brothers and Big Sisters, and the Mint Gallery in Bristol chose Women's Resource Center.
That's nice. So you're getting the venues, you're getting the community really involved on who they want to help out.
Exactly. Absolutely, yes. And you know, we've spoken to the nonprofits, they're excited, and they don't have to do anything. All they need to do is show up. That's all they need to do. But then they get to bring, you know, information, brochures, handout, they get to network with people. But we're hoping that we're able to bring new faces or new eyes to them that may not be aware of what they do, or just, you know, have never thought about that particular cause, so to speak. Yeah. So I'm just hoping that, you know, by bringing all of this together, everyone's getting a little something, or walking away with a little bit more awareness or a little bit more money, you know, whatever works.
And I like that you said, you know, it's a small state, but we want to incorporate all of it and make sure that everyone feels like they're a part of it. So you're really not focusing just on Providence and the center, you know, like the capital center of this. Right. You're really incorporating the whole place. So it starts, I should mention, Fashion Week starts on February 23rd, and it's over the course of a couple days.
Yes, it's actually 4 days, 23rd to the 26th. So Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And as I said, the first day is in Warwick, and then the last 3 days will be in Bristol. And so, you know, people can go to the website fashionweekri.com. Hope you don't mind me plugging that.
No, of course.
Fashionweekri.com. We've got the 4 different dates, and they can look to see what the lineup is for each. And we've tried to procure a wide variety of entertainment. We've got a jazz saxophonist, we've got a belly dancer, we've got hip-hop dancers, we've got a drag extravaganza on one of the nights, on the Sunday night. And I wanted to do that. This was a suggestion by somebody on my team, but I thought, you know, drag queens, they usually design their own clothing. They do their own makeup. That in and of itself is talent. And interestingly, we're opening that scene with Lady Estelle, who's a modern-day Victorian lady. And she's going to do this 5-minute presentation talking about how they dressed in the 1800s. So we're going to go from that to, you know, this drag extravaganza where, you know, fashion, the lines are all blurred. You know, it's just, you know, we've gone from one extreme to the other. It's just amazing.
That's
so neat. Yes. So when people go onto the site, they can look to see what's happening on each day, and they can find something that appeals to them, and then pick that day as they want to go. Of course, we want them to go to all the nights, but at least they've got choices. Yes.
And so what can some people expect besides that? So you just went over the entertainment. Let's talk about some of the fashion. Who do you have? What's some of the fashion that people can see?
Boy, everything. Ruby McAloon. She was on Project Runway Junior. She's adorable.
And I looked at some of her stuff too.
Oh my God.
Really
amazing.
neat.
Yes.
Yeah,
so
really good.
We've got her. We've also got Natalia G. Mack. She was actually Project Runway season 15. We have Restored by Design. She does restoration pieces, like repurposing items from Newport. We actually have a young girl, an African girl. She's 10 years old from Boston. She's also a designer.
Wow.
Don't ask. I just kind of.
I can barely get dressed in the morning, let alone design clothes.
Right. I mean, it's insane. We've got Lola Boutique right on Providence, and what I tried to do was incorporate not just designers but boutiques as well, because in New York they have Boutique Fashion Week, and sometimes the boutiques get lost. They don't get the same noise as we do with the designers. So I figured, let's bring them in. They've got something to show as well. Let's see, who else do we have? Seams Couture, Harper Della Piana. She actually does custom-made bridal gowns. And she's based in Providence as well. She does these beautiful dresses. Beautiful, beautiful. We've got Faith, who also does, she also does gowns. We've got Sonia Boutique, who does prom dresses. It's just a broad spectrum. And we also have a young man, Marvell, from Massachusetts. He does athletic, kind of like casual wear.
Oh, neat.
So that's for, the audience, and that's going to be in the, they're in Bristol, but it's going to be for the audience, for the guys and girls who just kind of want, like the funky leggings, the athletic gear. So there's a little bit of something for everyone.
Yeah, you go from wedding dresses to leggings. You have it all.
But what we tried to do was kind of, put them together so that you're seeing a nice array. You're not seeing all wedding dresses in one sitting. You're getting a little bit of everything. So there's, it's nice and diverse each night. Yes.
And so, and this is the second year, like I mentioned, that you've done this. Do you think that the designers or the boutiques are really getting some benefit out of this?
I think so, yes. I mean, as I said, it's our first time. But, it's because we do a lot of social media marketing. So we've been promoting this since December, every day. And so they've gotten a lot of mentions. And, and we don't just post, we boost as well. So we're getting more and more people to see it. And I've seen the activity on Facebook, the buzz. People are liking, sharing, and, you know how Facebook goes. The more you share, the more it gets.
It's a whole, and there's a strategy to it.
There's a strategy to it. So we've been doing a lot of that. And then I also have a magazine called Trade Secrets. It's a digital magazine that we publish. And so we give a lot of coverage to that as well. And the magazine, we're averaging about 25,000 views a month worldwide.
Wow.
So that also gets an additional set of eyes. We include links to their sites. So I do know from the last season, that some of the designers did actually get people coming into their places to purchase after the fact. And that's what we want. If either you purchase there, because there will be opportunities to shop on the day off, but at least they can, they'll have their information, they can follow up with them afterwards.
And what do you think, what's your goal for this? So when it's all said and done, what do you hope to feel? What do you hope to see?
Well, I hope to feel accomplished, but to see people walk away that evening, feeling, wow, I've just seen a lot of stuff. I've been thoroughly entertained. I started out in theater when I was a kid. And so I love the grandiosity of it all. I don't just do a fashion show where it's just walking up and down the runway, which is why I talked about the entertainment. So you're seeing a lot of stuff, in that space of time. So I want the audience to be able to get up and say, wow, I've been thoroughly entertained. I've seen new fashions. I know what the trends are. Our nonprofits are getting some benefit out of it. Our performers are getting the chance to showcase themselves. I forgot to mention Fusion Works Dance Company too. They're in Lincoln. They're amazing.
Cool.
And I reached out to them. We talked about it. And they're on the Sunday when the day that Ruby's on, they're going to be doing 2 5-minute performances. I haven't even seen what they're doing, but I can't wait. I know it's going to be amazing. So it's just, bringing our industry together, our worlds together. It's almost like an expo.
I think that's a good way to put it.
Yes. And so everybody gets to partake in it and take from it whatever they want. But my hope is that people get to connect. Make a new friend, make a new business contact, even if it's just one. We actually have a lady who's doing a podcast, and one of the things she's talking about is how to brand yourself and how to present and network yourself at fashion shows. And that's actually going to be an interview she does with Lisa Shore, who's an image consultant and brand specialist. So, it's whatever you want to get out of it, I'm hoping you do. And I'm hoping that we get to have you come.
That would be great. Absolutely. Well, my friend Barbara is one of the MCs for one night.
Yes.
So
yes.
Give Barbara a shout out. So that will be fun.
That's on the Thursday night Mercedes-Benz.
So I was texting her and I'm like, Barbara, you have to do a good job. All right.
Oh, she will.
Oh, yeah, of course she will. So, and I want to just mention that it is February 23rd through the 26th.
Yes.
And so is there like a pass where you can go all days, or how much are tickets?
The tickets are $55 for VIP and $35 for general admission. We actually did have the pass, and my bad, we didn't recreate one. We had one when we had the early bird special. But, you call the office if you do want us to, give you a special rate for a pass. I'm sure we can accommodate that. My office number is 401-353-4940.
Great.
Since you put me on the spot there.
Sorry, okay.
That's
Just wanted to make sure we got the information out.
Yes.
Yemi, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much.
Wish you the best.
Absolutely.
And And so if you are interested in Fashion Week Rhode Island, you can look up more information on their website. So thank you so much for joining us. I really appreciate it.
Yes, wonderful.
And stick around for a second so we can take a picture.
All right, will do.
Okay, great. All right, everyone, that wraps